Okay, hi. I have an iPhone 8, and what I did do is I first read the little note. It's from another shop, and it says no network. And the first thing I see when I try to connect it, it wants to connect with iTunes. And after that, I get error 4013. I'm not 100% sure what error 4013 is, but this could be NAND or baseband related. I'm not certain about this error on the iPhone 8, but the thing was when I tried to restore the phone, it instantly gave me error 4013. So after downloading the new version of iOS, it gave me error 4013 instantly. To me, that means that there's a problem with the NAND. It could be some data line to the NAND, or at least I really think this is a NAND issue. So what I'm gonna do is just take off the NAND and try to read it in the programmer. This is also not 100% certain. I could start also measuring lines. It could be that there's no power to the NAND, so perhaps I have to do this first. But because of the symptoms, instantly doing this on an iPhone 8 or even 7, I'm pretty sure it's just a problem with the NAND, but not 100% certain. Anyway, I'm gonna just jump right into it because I think it's not a lot of work, and because I'm pretty certain about this. Not 100%, nothing is 100% certain, never, and definitely not with the iPhone Boardrepair. So it's most of the time the trial and error approach. And I'm also always considering what is the least amount of time, efficiency. Yeah, that's how you say it. Efficiency. So I'm also always searching for that level. And in this case, I really believe it's just take off the NAND, read it in the programmer, and check if it's the NAND. If it's not the NAND, well, then of course I lost some time. Because then I have to rebuild the NAND, and then I still didn't fix anything. So it's a combination of course, experience, knowing your boards, knowing the symptoms, so yeah, I'm really confident, but again, it could turn out to be not the NAND and just a simple line, because it would normally, if you get an error like this, it's mostly just a NAND. And if you would have a short on the NAND, well, then it would not connect to iTunes most of the times. So they are really close, the caps are really very close to the NANDs, this one. I also don't, I know, okay. It was on the message. The problem sometimes is with, if you don't know the NAND's capacity, and you have an error 4013, 13 or it's if you're sure if it doesn't boot anymore, you cannot really know in the settings what kind of capacity the NAND has. And then your other options is to check with the email online, but then you have to pay for the service as far as I know. Or you can check, of course, the code on the NAND. And there's a code here that is written on there, and then it says you can find this information online about the capacity of this NAND. So that's also an option. I didn't check the code online, but because of the note from the other shop, they say it's a 64. I believe that, and I have a NAND 64, but only on another board. I don't have iPhone 8 NANDs, unfortunately, many donor boards, so I pick one from a donor boards. Okay, so of course, if this could be all a waste of time. Not really waste of time, then I at least know for certain it's not a NAND. So if it's not a NAND, it could be a waste of time, but it's not a waste of time, and I'm certain about that this is not a NAND. But of course, I could have considered to just use my multimeter and see about, if it has power, the NAND gets power or not. Because of course it could be that the PMIC is not giving power to the NAND, but because I never had that before, I just guess that it is the NAND. But there's definitely a chance that it's not the NAND. So if the universe wants to play with me a little bit, and it sometimes often does it, then it's of course not the NAND. Okay, so I removed a bit of the underfill. Okay. So now it's time to remove the NAND. It's a bit more stuck than the iPhone 7, I think. So I'm gonna pump up the volume, and I set my PP 120, my board heater, to 140 degrees Celsius. I use a little bit of flux. Then the tools. Okay, so the board is around that, so I will now heat up the boards at use hot air at 425 degrees and 60 air pressure, so that's pretty high, but that's okay for the NAND. So that's flipped over. So now I really hope to clean it first, and then I really hope it's only it's the NAND, of course, otherwise I have more work than I thought. That's always how it is with gambling. So this is really a business about gambling. It's trial and error, and many times it's just an error. But luckily most of the time it's always fixable, not always. I think about my success rate is probably at 70%, I can say honestly. It of course depends what kind of what kinds of boards you have to repair. If you only have CPU problems, then of course that's a different story. So what I do see in here, is this a problem? I don't think so, but there's a little bit of damage here on the corner. Normally that should be okay. I think that's just the ground pads. But of course this could already be a sign that the NAND is not working because of my damage here. So I want to check if these pads are just ground pads or something else. Yep, that's all the same, I guess. So that will not be the cause of now a new malfunction. So iPhone 8. All right, open up software, and I'm gonna switch this over. No, I opened 3U tools, so it is, where is it? Sometimes I just look over it. No, is that it? Yeah. No, here it is. So I guess an update is always recommended. You never know if it's really needed or not. Okay, so let's do this. And now open ports. I think it's port 11. So now it's connected, and I hope it doesn't read anything from the NAND. That would mean that it's not reading anything, so that would be good. But of course I don't know. So right now it's not doing anything, but perhaps, okay. So let's try again, refresh, open port, close port. Okay, now it seems to be reading stuff. So here you can all see those things, it's all failed. So this means I can be happy. Can you see that? This is all reading. Failed. So that's good. So it is the NAND. My guess was good. So I saved time with not measuring. But that's not always the case, of course. The only problem is, of course, that I do not have the data from this chip, so I cannot repair this phone right now, but it's definitely the NAND which is damaged, so I can prepare the phone. But in the meantime I have to open up, so I'm gonna show you how that works. Yeah, open up, let's see here, where is it, email.com, and I have to log in. So now I have, yeah, log in. So now I have to put in the email codes, which I will not show, of course. This is this one. So I won't show that. So just a minute, so I can swap that. Just a moment, hold on. Volop, goedemiddag met woorden. Ja, is nog niet klaar. Ik heb het ontzettend druk gehad ook. Dus het gaat niet voor nu zijn, sorry. Ja. Ja, ik snap het. Nee, het is niet gelukt om hem klaar nog te krijgen. Dus morgen dan. Is goed? Ja, geen probleem. Geen probleem. Tot dan. Ja, dank u. Dag. Okay, so that's 3. Oh yeah, I shouldn't tell you the email. So now I cannot show you this how it works because it shows the email. Right. So let's try. I'm checking here to order, place order, email order. So I'm gonna show you something here. So now I'm logged in, then I go to order, and then I have to Foxconn Wi-Fi MAC address. So this is email, success email. I'm not certain. They always play around with those concepts here. So what I see is Apple Bluetooth Wi-Fi MAC address, so that's what I need. That's the Foxconn Pegatron, 100% success. IMEI S2. Not what is that? S2. Then you have the same one, and that's S1. And then you have this one, and that's S2 again. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So this and this is the same. So they play around. So you will sometimes you pay for nothing with this service, because they change the concepts and you never know what they really mean with it. So yeah, I really hate that. So yeah, what is S1? So then you have to ask. So let me check if I can see this. Notes, refunds. So yeah, I don't know what the overload. No. So yeah, I don't know what it means, so I could ask, write them, lose time, so I really hate that. Yeah, so place order, but I don't know what to order now, so I don't know what it means. So I could ask around, that's also a possibility. So I have the email number, but I don't know what S2 means. What does that mean? What the hell is S2? So of course you want to choose the cheapest, but if you don't know what S1 and S2 means, that's just ridiculous. So I hate this on the service. They are not, yeah, client area, no. So will I try €3 or $3 or whatever? Or do I try $4 and lose money? This is really... And then you have a third option, which is exactly the same as the first option. There's no difference in that. I don't know, this is with the serial, but I have the email, which is good. Serial. Okay, now I see. This is with the email. This is with the serial. But why is this? This is S1. What does that mean? I don't know. I will try that because I have the email codes. So it can take 1 day and 12 hours and 5 minutes. So you really have to wait a long time. The service will provide Bluetooth and wireless MAC address for any Apple device. So yeah, let's try this one, and because otherwise you have to wait even longer. Okay, now you see the email. That's stupid. So that's not okay that you saw that. So yeah, it doesn't matter now because you can pause the video, or I can cut it out afterwards. It's also an option. Click agree. So now I'm gonna order it. Okay, one is successfully placed. Yeah. And now it is a matter of waiting. So yeah, it could take more than a day. So this video is finished. The cost of this, I don't know what the cost is, but to me this phone is a fix, which is good. Okay, thanks for watching. And I don't know why this video is all of a sudden dark. Weird. Why are you dark? Dark as the night. Check that. But this is about it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's better. Whatever. See you later. Thanks.